discussion on 16th chapter. So yesterday we started discussing on 16th chapter, first verse. So divine and demoniac nature. Devi Asura Sampada Yoga. So we were seeing the first three verses which describes the divine nature, and here Krishna Danam Damascha Yajnascha Swadhyaya Taparjavam Dayas Bhuteshu Aloluptvam Madhavam Hirir Achapalam Teja Chamadhriti Saucham Adroho Nati Manita Bhavanti Sampadam Devam Abhijatasya Bharata. So this we saw yesterday, the meaning of this verse, all the qualities what Krishna has mentioned, and then we started seeing the first two qualities of this Abhayam and Sattva Samshuddhi we saw already. And yeah, yesterday we were seeing that how these 26 qualities which are described in this verse actually apply to various varnas and ashramas of the society. So the social institution known as Varnashrama Dharma, the institution dividing society into 4 divisions of spiritual life and 4 occupational divisions or castes, is not meant to divide human society according to birth. Such divisions are in terms of educational qualifications. So yesterday we saw this, that it is not as per birth but guna and karma. So here Prabhupada has written it as educational qualifications. And what is the purpose? They are to keep the society in a stability. Yeah. So the first quality is abhayam, that is being described, and it's specifically applicable to the sannyasi. And he is considered the spiritual master of all, including the brahmanas. Okay, because generally the varna, generally they apply only for the grihastha ashram. That is brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra. Generally, these are all applicable only to the grihastha ashram. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So first quality abhayam we saw. Yeah. So what is the meaning of abhayam? So Prabhupada says, after I leave my connections, who will protect me? If somebody thinks like this, then he should announce order. That everybody who is brahmachari, who is grihastha, everybody has to become a sannyasi. Everybody has to become a vanaprastha. No, they have to acquire the vanaprastha qualities also will come in this. So they have to acquire those qualities. Then they can be considered to have reached that level, and then they can accept that ashram. Not that everybody has to become a sannyasi or a vanaprastha like that. So abhayam, he is saying that he has to simply depend on the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he should not be fearful of thinking what will happen in future if I am not supported by somebody. And second was Sattva Samshuddhi. The first is Abhayam, which is fearlessness. And the second one is the purity of his existence. So that is Sattva Samshuddhi. So for this Yama and Niyama, various rules and regulations are given for each of the ashramas. When one follows the rules and regulation of the brahmacharya ashram or the grihastha ashram, then they become purified of their existence. Then they can enter into higher ashramas. And Srila Prabhupada gave the example of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he was an ideal sannyasi and how he would deal with women only from very far. Yeah. And he gave the example of Chota Haridas. So we'll continue from the third quality, Jnana Yoga. Here, Abhayam, Sattva Samshuddhi, Jnana Yoga, Vyavasthiti. Okay, the third quality is what we are discussing now. Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti. Yeah, okay. We'll discuss this. Who has not read yesterday? Maybe I can read. Okay, Nimai Pro, you want to read?
Sannyasi life is meant for
Yeah, Swami
distributing.
here.
The first one.
Next item.
The next item is Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, being engaged in the cultivation of knowledge. Sannyasi life is meant for distributing knowledge to the householders and others who have forgotten their real life of spiritual advancement. A sannyasi is supposed to beg from door to door for his livelihood, but this does not mean that he is a beggar. Humility is also one of the qualifications of a transcendentally situated person, and out of sheer humility, the sannyasis goes from door to door, not exactly for the purpose of begging, but to see the householders and awaken them to Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, so this third quality, Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti, being explained of a sannyasi. So, what is the meaning? Being engaged in the cultivation of knowledge. Okay, this knowledge is not Jnana, Jnana Yoga or Brahma Jnana. This is about the Jnana which is required for the uh, purpose of fulfilling the activities of his ashrama. Okay, so if he is a sannyasi of Bhakti Yoga system, then he should be getting knowledge about the Bhakti Yoga. And if he is a sannyasi of Jnana Yoga system, then he should be getting the Jnana of Jnana Yoga system, like that. Okay, so it's not only one meaning. And then Prabhupada is saying sannyasi life, what is the purpose? The purpose is the first one, distributing knowledge. For distributing knowledge, what is the first thing? Is that he should himself have the knowledge. Correct. Then only he can distribute. How can you distribute that you don't have? Correct. So this thing is required, distributing knowledge only when he can be cultivating the knowledge. So that first thing is cultivation of knowledge, and then that has to be distributed to the people who are in need. Who are in need here, Prabhupada is saying householders. Okay. Why? Because they have forgotten their real life of spiritual advancement. Okay. So they are trying to be spiritually advanced. Yeah, and even for brahmacharis later it will come. Their only duty is to study the scriptures. Okay, hear from the guru, like that. So that is also required for a brahmachari to accept this knowledge. What the sannyasi is distributing, it's not only for grihasthas to accept this knowledge, but also to be accepted by those who are brahmacharis. Yeah. And a second thing is mentioned, the one is distributing knowledge, and then he should also beg from door to door, but the purpose is not to fulfill his needs of food. Okay, the purpose is what? To visit the houses of householders and inspire them in Krishna consciousness. Okay, for the purpose, not for the purpose of begging, but to see the householders and awaken them to Krishna consciousness. So this is the purpose that Prabhupada is saying. Okay, that to awaken them in Krishna consciousness. So that's why we see very famous example, Sanatan Goswami. He used to go to the various homes of Rajavasis and he used to ask them, how is your health? How is your wife? How is your daughter? Is she married or not? When she got married? All these kind of things also he will ask. Okay, so people may not be able to understand why he is doing some materialistic talk. Okay, but he is trying to behave at the level of the Grihasthas so that they can relate with him. So when they relate with him, they can take inspiration from him, and then they will also be able to be receptive in the heart. They can have open ears that yeah, he understands our situation. So what he is telling, we should hear. Okay, and he had genuine, actually, care for them. That's why. Yeah, please read.
This is the duty of a sannyasi.
Yeah,
If
what is
he
the
is
duty? He told previous. Okay, this to see the householders and awaken them to Krishna consciousness. This is the duty. Yeah.
if he is actually advanced and so ordered by his spiritual master, he should preach Krishna consciousness with logic and understanding. And if one is not so advanced, he should not accept the renounced order of life. But even if one has accepted the renounced order of life without sufficient knowledge, he should engage himself fully in hearing from a bona fide spiritual master to cultivate knowledge. A sannyasi or one in the renounced order of life must be situated in fearlessness, sattva samshuddhi, purity, and jnana yoga, knowledge.
Yeah. So as we discussed earlier, that it's not that everybody has to become a sannyasi. So here Prabhupada is saying that what is the qualification for one who has to accept sannyas order? So he is saying that he should be actually advanced. Okay. Not showing off that he is advanced, but he should be actually advanced. Prabhupada did not write here that he is supposed to show that he is advanced, but he is actually advanced. Okay. How will one know that he is actually advanced? So for that, there are different evaluatory systems that Shastras give. That how one can check one is advanced. So if one has reached the stage of bhava, we will read in Nectar of Devotion, then he should have the qualities of a person at the stage of bhava. What are the qualities? Shantir, avyartha kalatvam, priti tadvasti sthale, nam gane sadaruchi. All these 9 qualities are mentioned that he should always be having taste for the holy name, always trying to chant the holy name. Then avyartha kalatvam, not wasting even a moment's time. And priti tadvasti sthale, always longing to be staying in the spiritual dham or in the consciousness of the spiritual place, like that. Raja consciousness, like that. Huh. And then he is saying that if he is advanced, then he will be so ordered by his spiritual master. So one should not become oneself a startup. That yes, I have become advanced now. Now I will do whatever is needed, or I will take up sannyas, not on his own thought process. But if he is so ordered by the spiritual master, he is saying. Just like Amaragya Guru Haya Tara Aides. So Prabhupada says that who can become a guru? One who follows the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yahi Krishna Tattvaveta Sei Guru hai. One who knows the science of Krishna, he can become a guru. And same thing Prabhupada is telling here, that he should have understood the science of Krishna consciousness with logic. And he should be able to preach with logic understanding. This logic understanding is not the logic understanding of this material world. Of somebody did PhD in the philosophy of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So he is also able to put it in logical and understandable terms. So this is not that logic and understanding, but this is something which is of a Uttamadhikari. Okay, this is definition of Uttamadhikari. Okay, the same thing Rupa Goswami will tell while defining the Uttamadhikari in NOD. We will see. Okay, that Prauda Shraddha. Okay, शास्त्रयुक्तौ च निपुणः श्रद्धावान दृढ़ निश्चयः प्रौढ़ श्रद्धा अधिकारी यह स भक्त उत्तमा मताः. Like that he will tell the definition of Uttamadhikari. So first thing is 3 qualifications he gives. Who is a Uttamadhikari? He says that शास्त्रयुक्तौ च निपुणः, who is uh, uh, very nicely read in scriptures, and he can very logically quote the scriptures. Shastra Yukta, and do the Shastra Yukti. Means, okay, this scripture is saying this at this place, but somewhere else this is said. How to reconcile them? So all these things he can do. So that kind of logic is told, not dry logic, but logic based on Shastra. Okay, so this will be described there. And Praud Shraddha, he will have very, very determined faith in the path of bhakti. Okay, Dridha Shraddha he will have. So that kind of person is told here, he is Uttamadhikari, he can accept the order of a sannyas. Okay. Not that anybody and everybody who has lived 25 years in Brahmacharya ashram, 25 years in Grihastha ashram, he can become sannyasi. Or anybody who can afford to take a saffron dress, he can become a sannyasi. Prabhupada would many times call actually this 5 paisa thread, Brahmana, because they have just accepted based on the thread or birth, but not qualification based on the activities, guna and karma. As we see here before, Prabhupada told that these all are based on what? The educational qualifications and not based on birth. Okay. Yeah. So this is very important that Uttamadhikari should take up to the order of sannyas. Okay. If one has not been able to reach that advanced level, then he should not accept the renounced order of life. Okay. Yeah. And what is his duty? And if he is not advanced, then he should constantly hear from the spiritual master and cultivate that knowledge. Okay. And then last line Prabhupada is saying here, a sannyasi or one in the renounced order of life must be situated in fearlessness and sattva samsuddhi and Gyan Yoga Vyavasthitam. Okay, so these are the three qualities which are mentioned in the first three qualities here for a sannyasi. Yeah, continue.
The next item is charity. Charity is meant for the householders. The householders should earn a livelihood by an honorable means and spend 50% of their income to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world.
Yeah, so
Thus,
starting from here, fourth quality onwards. Okay, this is about the householders. Okay, or the grihastha. Okay, yeah, continue.
thus, a householder should give in charity to institutional societies that are engaged in that way. Charity should be given to the right receiver. There are different kinds of charity, as will be explained later on. Charity in modes of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Charity in the mode of goodness is recommended by the scriptures, but charity in the modes of passion and ignorance is not recommended because it is simply a waste of money. Charity should be given only to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. That is charity in the mode of goodness.
Yeah. So 17th chapter actually this is going to come. That various activities in the three modes. Okay, charity given to some people are in the mode of ignorance. Given to someone, it is in passion. Given with certain purpose is in mode of ignorance, or certain purpose is in mode of passion. With certain purpose comes into goodness, or given to some people, particular people is coming under mode of goodness. Those things will be described in the next chapter. Yeah. So starting fourth quality onwards, the first is charity, dana. Okay, and specifically it is meant for householders, and other three ashramas cannot afford to do it, or they don't have the fortune of doing it actually, that charity. Okay, so the householder should earn a livelihood by an honorable mean. Okay, so not by deceit or not by cheating. Okay, by doing the activities what they are qualified to do, okay, as per their education, and spend 50% of their income to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. So, but these instructions are misconstrued, and then it's told that you should give 50% to the temple only, you should give 50% to your counselor only, you should give 50% only to your spiritual master. All these things are not actually described here by Prabhupada. So, what is best, what should be done is propagate Krishna consciousness either so very good here. One thing which Bhakti Swami Maharaj he says that 50% should be kept aside. Whatever income one gets, Grihastha, he should keep aside 50% for his spiritual activities. Okay, for his spiritual activities. Like sometimes he has to go for a yatra once or twice in a year. He should use that money for going for yatra. So some spiritual items have to be purchased at the home, or some spiritual programs are there at home which he conducts, maybe some counselor meeting or maybe some counseling meeting or whatever programs he does at home. So that 50% which was kept aside, from that the money should be used. He has to purchase something spiritual assets for their children, for wife, for himself, then he should use this 50% in spiritual. Basically, the point is that 50% of his earning should be spent on spiritual items, whether himself or the temple or for the people he is preaching, whatever. It should be spent in spiritual purpose. That is the point here. Okay. Not that it should be given 50%. You should, as soon as the salary comes, you should do an EMI. Okay. Or you should do what is that called? Tax, sorry, like we have tax deduction at source, na? Like that income deduction at source. So as soon as it comes, he should give it to a certain person. That philosophy is not actually authorized or not propagated here by Prabhupada. And as I said, even Bhakti Samit Maharaj, a very nice and balanced understanding he gave also. Okay, it should be used for a spiritual purpose. And then whatever 50% is there, that should be used for the purpose which is there to keep the body and soul together, like material studies, food, all these things should be kept. Okay, so that is the point about charity. Okay, yeah. So, yes, Prabhuji, please read.
Then, as far as Dhamma,
Dhamma.
self-control is
Yeah.
concerned, it is not only meant for other orders of religious society, but especially meant for the householders. Although he has a wife, a householder should not use his senses for sex life unnecessarily. There are restrictions for the householders even in sex life, which should only be engaged in for the propagation of children. If he does not require children, he should not enjoy sex life with his wife. Modern society enjoys sex life with contraceptive methods or more abominable methods to avoid the responsibility of children. This is not in the transcendental quality, but is demoniac.
Yeah, so here yesterday also we saw a few points about this, that dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamo asmi bharatarshava. Krishna himself is speaking that I am that sex life which is not against the religious principle. So it is so sacred actually that Krishna is saying I am that, in the sense that he is saying that it is my vibhuti. Okay. So as we were seeing in the previous chapters, 13th chapter, so there Krishna actually in the few first verses, he told that how I glance at the Pradhana and then all the living entities are inserted into the womb of Prakriti. Okay. And there he actually Baldev Vidyabhushan or Vishwanath Chakravarti, one of the acharyas, right? That just like Krishna is empowering the material nature to give birth to living entities, he empowers all the mothers in this world to give birth to children, like that. So it is a very sacred thing actually, which Krishna identifies himself with. And Bhaktivedanta Thakur has many times told that if I were to produce Krishna conscious children, I would have produced hundreds, like that. So it's a very, very important responsibility with the Grihasthas that they produce good children. And yesterday we read also, as Prabhupada told, that actually they should be not trying to enjoy like cats and dogs, Prabhupada was saying, but they should be fulfilling the responsibilities properly in that ashram. Okay, like that. Yeah, please continue.
If anyone, even if he is a householder, wants to make progress in spiritual life, he must control his sex life and should not beget a child without the purpose of serving Krishna. If he is able to beget children who will be in Krishna consciousness, one can produce hundreds of children. But without this capacity, one should not indulge only for sense pleasure. Sacrifice is another item to
Yeah.
be performed by the householders because sacrifices require a large amount of money. Those in other orders of life, namely Brahmacharya, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa, have no money. They live by begging. So, performance of different types of sacrifice is meant for the householders.
Yeah. So this is the quality again. So first was dana, then there was dama, control of the senses. Then sixth is sacrifice. Okay. So here Prabhupada is saying that it's specifically meant for the householders again. So these qualities which are coming in this range now, everybody will be dead. Don't worry. That's why only Grihasthas qualities are coming. Brahmachari also will come. Sannyasis already came. And then Vanprastha also will come. And then these four Varnas also will come. Okay, so everybody is there in this shloka. So nobody is left. So everybody is told what are their responsibilities. Yeah. So like about sacrifice now, yeah, that's what Prabhupada is saying, that in other orders like Brahmacharya, Vanprastha, Sannyas, they have no money. As I told, the fortune of charity is not available with others actually. Okay, it's only available for Grihasthas, those who can earn money. Others are not supposed to earn money and also not supposed to engage into sexual life. Okay. They live by begging. Yeah. So as previously we saw, na, sannyasi, he goes from door to door for begging. Okay. So that is also given here. Yeah. Yeah. Continue, please.
They should perform Agnihotra sacrifices as enjoined in the Vedic literature. But such sacrifices at the present moment are very expensive, and it is not possible for any householder to perform them. The best sacrifice recommended in this age is Sankirtana Yajna. This Sankirtan Yajna, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, is the best and most inexpensive sacrifice. Everyone can adopt it and derive benefit. So, these three items, namely charity, sense control, and performance of sacrifice, are meant for the householders.
Yeah. So 4, 5, and 6, these three qualities, right? Fourth was dana, fifth was dhamma, and sixth was the performance sacrifice, that is yajna. Okay. These are for grihasthas. Okay. Householders specifically. Not that others should abstain from it. Okay. But these are specifically meant for householders. They have to do it. There is no going away from these qualities like that. Yeah, so specifically here, one thing which was there in the Vedic times, this Agnihotra sacrifice, but Prabhupada is saying that it's not possible as of now for householders to perform them because the ingredients which are required, that kind of purity of the ingredients is not there. That kind of purity of the Brahmans who are going to do the sacrifice, that is not there. The Yajman also, that kind of pure people are not available. So all this there. So that's our best sacrifice is the Sankirtan Yajna. Yeah,
Then Swadhyaya,
continue.
Vedic study, is meant for brahmacharya or student life.
Yeah.
Brahmacharis should have no connection with women. They should live a life of celibacy and engage the mind in the study of Vedic literature for cultivation of spiritual knowledge. This is called Swadhyaya. Tapasa or austerity is specially meant for the retired life. One should not remain a householder throughout his whole life. He must always remember that there are four divisions of life: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. So, after Grihastha, householder life, one should retire.
Yeah, so seventh, this is the only quality which is mentioned actually for the brahmacharis. Okay, specifically mentioned. Okay, they have to do it. There is no negotiation with this that they will do or no. It's a optional item. Not like that. So whichever is specifically meant for whichever varna and ashrama, they have to do. So Swadhyaya is specifically meant for Vedic study. They cannot tell, oh, I have so much of seva whole day. I cannot take out time to study. Barely I can chant my rounds. At night, 12 o'clock, I complete my rounds. So much seva I have. That is not what is told here by Prabhupada. And Krishna is telling himself actually. Swadhyaya. Okay. Swadhyaya. Okay. Doing the Vedic study. So for us, the Gaudiya scriptures which are there, so that is to be studied. Okay. So one should not escape from that. Mm, yeah. And as we know, Brahmachari Gurukule Vasandanto Gurur Hitam. We should stay in the Gurukula. So one thing is later it will be clarified that it's not the extensive list of qualities here. Okay, it's not that only these things have to be followed by that particular Varna or Ashrama. Okay, there are many more items which are not mentioned in this verse. Okay. So there are many more qualities which sannyasi needs to have, many more things he has to do, or brahmachari or grihastha they have to do. More extensively they are mentioned in seventh canto. There is one full chapter on each of these. Okay. So that can be referred, but here it's very, very short uh, list given. Yeah, and another very important thing this Prabhupada is saying, apart from Swadhyaya, and also to support Swadhyaya is no connection with women. And these was also mentioned, if you remember, for sannyasi. Okay, it's strictly prohibited. Okay, so this is the thing which is to be done for brahmacharis, and this is which to be negated for the brahmacharis. Okay, yeah, and then the vanaprastha order from 8th onwards, that is being told. Okay, so this was for a brahmachari, the seventh quality. So first thing about Vanaprastha told here is tapasya, tapas. So that is austerity. So it is meant for the retired life. One should not remain a householder throughout his life. Okay. So later we will see now few more qualities will come. So it's not that everybody should take to Vanaprastha until unless he has developed those qualities. Like we told about sannyas also. Until unless he has become a Uttamadhikari, he should not take the sannyas order. So here everybody is recommended, but everybody is not forced. Okay, this is a recommendation that one should take up to Vanaprastha order and he should advance himself so that he can become. But if he has not advanced, it's not that one should forcibly take it up because he is not qualified. Yeah, please continue.
If one lives for 100 years, he should spend 25 years in student life, 25 years in householder life, 25 in retired life, and 25 in the renounced order of life. These are regulations of the Vedic religious discipline. A man retired from the household life must practice austerities of the body, mind, and tongue. That is tapasya. The entire Varnashrama Dharma society is meant for tapasya. Without tapasya or austerity, no human being can get liberation. The theory that there is no need of austerity in life, that one can go on speculating and everything will be nice, is recommended neither in the Vedic literature nor in Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. So now Prabhupada is continuing say about the Vanaprastha. So he is dividing that if one lives for 100 years, so nobody knows like how many years he will live. But there is approximation that okay, now currently in Kali Yuga 60, 70 years is good life, like that. So according to that, at least one should divide his life in four parts, and he should aim that I should be taking the Vanaprastha order in this age, then I will be taking sannyas order in this age. He should be aiming towards it. Okay, but one should not be forced to do it, in the sense that if he has not got qualified for the next ashram, then he should not be forced to take it. Okay, but it is recommended that one does this. So what should one do? Here is saying, man retired from household life must practice austerities, tapaha. Okay, that is the quality being described. Tapasya of what? Body, mind, and tongue. What is this? This will be explained in next chapter. Okay. Body, mind, and tongue. What are the austerities? These three will be explained. The entire Varnashrama Dharma society is meant for tapasya. So the very meaning of the word ashram is shrama. Shrama is the word here. Okay. That is very hard labor. Okay. Shrama. Okay. So that's why ashrama, the place where people actually are endeavoring for very hardships, basically. Why? Hardships of which kind? To progress oneself in spiritual life. That's why it's called ashram. Okay. Yeah. So all four are ashram only. Brahmachari ashram, Grihastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, and Sannyas ashram. So in all four, they have to do this tapasya. Everyone is a different kind of tapasya. That is the only thing. Like for brahmacharis, what is the tapasya? It was told. Two things were told. Doing Vedic study is the tapasya, and no connection with the opposite gender. So these are the two tapasyas for those who are in brahmachari ashram. Those who are in grihastha ashram, it was told, for them tapasya is doing dana, then doing this dhamma, control of senses. Okay, enjoying only with in the whatever is the boundary given. Okay, like that. So these qualities are there. So a specific quality mentioned for the purpose of elevation in spiritual life, actually. That's why tapasya is for all. Okay, one prastha is mentioned here. And similarly, sannyas order also. Yeah, so this theory that there is no need for austerity, okay, this is not correct, Prabhupada is saying. Yeah, continue.
Such theories are manufactured by show bottle spiritualists who are trying to gather more followers. If there are restrictions, rules, and regulations, people will not become attracted. Therefore, those who want followers in the name of religion just to have a show only don't restrict the lives of their students nor their own lives, but that method is not approved by the Vedas. As far as the Brahmanical quality of simplicity is concerned, not only should a particular order of life follow this principle, but every member, be he in the Brahmachari ashrama, Grihastha ashrama, Vanaprastha ashrama, or Sannyasa ashrama, one should be very simple and straightforward.
Yeah. So here this is the simplicity quality that also is being told by Prabhupada, Arjavam. Okay, so this is the ninth one. Yeah, eighth was this tapasya. That was for Vanprastha. And now Prabhupada is saying about the Arjava. So yeah, before that he is saying such theories. What are such theories? No need of austerity, no tapasya. That theory are manufactured by show bottle spiritualists who are trying to gather more followers. So Prabhupada was many times told, oh Prabhupada, if you can just make the regulative principles to 3 in number, just remove this illicit sex thing, you will get so many followers. Prabhupada told, I don't want such followers. And there were so many other spiritualists in the USA also at that time, other gurus who had gone from India. So they were getting so many followers, and all these people like Osho and all those who were recommending Sambhog se Samadhi kind of thing. So they were getting people more in number. Okay, but or there were these people who were this teaching yoga systems, hatha yoga, basically bodily exercise things. They were also getting many more followers actually, but eventually that followers they could not sustain because that was not based on the spiritual or the scriptural ground. So what Prabhupada was preaching was based on scriptures. So that's why it picked up and then it sustained also, and it is increasing also like that. But now we don't hear all those people's name. Their spiritual societies, so-called spiritual society, are no more. So that's why Prabhupada did not compromise on this. Okay, so this is explained here. And then simplicity, he is saying that it's not only for the people who of this Vanprastha order have to follow, but all the ashramas should do. Brahmacharya ashram, Grihastha ashram, Vanprastha ashram, Sannyas ashram. Everyone should be simple. Simple, what is the definition of simplicity? That is one is straightforward, and more will be explained now. Uh, yeah, and also this will be explained about truthfulness will also come now. Yeah, continue.
Ahimsa means not arresting the progressive life of any living entity. One should not think that since the spirit spark is never killed, even after killing of the body, there is no harm in killing animals for sense gratification. People are now addicted to eating animals, in spite of having an ample supply of grains, fruits, and milk. There is no necessity for animal killing. This injunction is for everyone. When there is no alternative, one may kill an animal, but it should be offered in sacrifice. At any rate, when there is an ample food supply for humanity, persons who are desiring to make advancement in spiritual realization should not commit violence to animals.
Yeah, so one should not think of animals anyhow, they are not contributing to my life. So better they can contribute by becoming my food, like that. One should not think like that. Um, So people are now addicted to eating animals. Such kind of addiction is not good because one is not able to see suffering now, but next life he will suffer. Okay, so why? Because there are ample amount of other supplies which are available. And also, Prabhupada will tell that actually by killing the animals, we are stopping forcibly their lifespan and breaking that cycle which they are going through 84 lakh species. They will again have to take birth in the same life that will also come. Yeah, so this is the 10th quality of ahimsa, non-violence. Yeah. What is
Real
actual
ahimsa.
non-violence? Prabhupada will say
Guruji,
now.
just
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
that earlier page, it
Hmm.
is mentioned one should offer it in sacrifice if there is no alternative. So what is it mean? Sacrifice means what?
That Vedic sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yagya, these kind of things were there, na?
Hmm.
When where there is no alternative, one may kill an animal, but it should be offered in sacrifice. Okay, that is one thing. And for the current people, Prabhupada is saying they should be offering it in the prescribed methods. Like it is told that you should give a bali to Mother Kali on the Amavasya night, once in 15 days only. Amavasya comes once in 15 days only. So once only in 15 days they should do it, and only this much part of it to be kept with himself, these many parts to be distributed to other people. All these things are rules and regulations are given for eating meat also. So basically the Vedas they give the rules and regulation for all class of society. The lowest also will have rules, the highest also will have rules. Why everybody has rules? Because so that they can come to the next step. So that's why here Prabhuji it is given that they can offer it in sacrifice as a bali. Okay. And then he chants the mantra in the ear of the animal which he is going to kill. The mantra is that next life you can kill me. Okay. So that promise he is giving to the animal. Is it okay, Proji?
Yes, understood.
Okay. Yeah, we can take question. Okay. Dayamay Devki Mataji.
Um, Prabhuji, my question is on charity. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
said that charity given for Krishna consciousness comes under mode of goodness. So, anything done for Krishna, is it like it is a karma? Prabhuji? But when it is said that it is in mode of goodness, so it will come under punya karma, or is it like I'm getting confused in this.
Where it is
So
mentioned, it is in
when does
goodness. not able to see. Okay, here you are saying
Sorry,
this one. Okay. Charity in the mode of goodness is recommended by the scriptures, but charity in the mode of passion is okay. So yeah. So what was the question? That in Krishna consciousness, what we give? How it is in goodness?
The
Yeah,
last
see,
point, Prabhuji, charity should be given only to propagate Krishna consciousness. That is charity in mode of goodness.
yeah. So that what is exactly charity in the mode of goodness, we will see in the next chapter. And obviously, for propagating Krishna consciousness, when we give it is not under the mode of material goodness, but we can say spiritual goodness. Okay, Vishuddha Sattva, like that. That's what Prabhupada means here. Not about material. Material goodness is like digging wells or providing water to different people, like that. Beside the road nowadays they put this in summer season, especially that water. What do you say? Those things they keep. So that is material charity. Yeah. So that Prabhupada is not speaking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Santosh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, one question is, Prabhuji, this austerity, the austerity mentioned for Vanaprastha. So, what exactly is like a different thing in terms of austerities for Vanaprastha? Like for regulatory principle, everyone is supposed to follow. Then, what extra austerity the Vanaprastha is supposed to follow?
Yeah, that full detail, as I told, it is there in 7th canto, one full chapter. Narad Muni is speaking about this, each one of them. So you can refer that 7th canto, I think 13th, 14th, 15th, one of these chapters it is. Vanaprastha, all the details are given there. Okay.
And regarding this, Prabhuji, this 50% contribution.
Correct.
So you give the explanation by Bhakti Rasamrita Swami Maharaj that should be raised like that. But now my question is that if he is a devotee, then whatever he is doing directly or indirectly, it is for the service of Lord only. Then in that sense, like if he is doing bhakti sincerely, then almost 100% is directly indirectly is for the service of Lord only. For example, we don't eat food, we eat prasadam only, and our devotee is supposed to cook for Krishna only, like with that mood that it is for Krishna only. Then prasadam is also part of that only.
Correct.
So in that sense, if we see, then 100% is supposed to be offered to Krishna only.
Correct.
And secondly, I have never found any statement exactly describing that it should be like that the explanation given by Maharaj. But in Bhagavatam, I read that 50%, there are different statements, but one statement I read at least that Srila Prabhupada is saying 50% should be used to execute the orders of the spiritual master.
Correct.
That statement is there, but at the same time, statements like 50% should be given in charity, giving the example of Sanatan Goswami. Sorry, Rup Goswami. So, like, I have not been able to find the exact. Like,
what example of Rupa Goswami you told? 50% given to?
For the service of the Vaishnava, he gave no. And 25% he kept to himself and 25% for the relative.
Yeah. So Rupa Goswami was not in Grihastha ashram at that time. So
Yes.
we cannot exactly apply that, but yeah, Prabhupada takes that example and tells that how one should actually do it. So based on that only, as I quoted Bhakti Samit Maharaj, he also telling. So yeah, this is a good point that 100% is everything devotee doing for Krishna only. That is correct. But we have to keep some thing as exactly spiritual and some things as mixed up. Okay, like one's education, which is in material science. Okay. So that is not fully kept under the 50% of spiritual uh, activity. Okay. So what is the basis of doing? I am not aware, but what I am trying to say is that is very good in counter to somebody saying that 50% should be transferred to temple or the counselor or the spiritual master's account, whatever. Some people propagate like this. So for that counter argument we are giving. Okay. So Prabhupada has not said like that, but here what is being said here at least is that 50% should be used for purely spiritual progress. That's why. Yeah. And
Yes.
yeah, other part which you told that Prabhupada's one place, yeah, he writes many places. One place is 50% should be used for executing the spiritual master's order. So yeah, correct. So that again, it has to be clarified with one superiors only. Which 50% basically, because everything he is doing in his life is all spiritual master's order only. So which one is not, which one is 50%, that has to be clarified. So it's a one-to-one discussion with his own superior he's taking guidance from. But in principle, Prabhupada has told that one should be engaging at least 50% in spiritual life fully, like that. Purely spiritual, I'm saying, yeah.
Terms of donation as well. Like we get instances of Srila Prabhupada specifically instructing to give donation 50%. Like I don't exactly remember full instance, but there was a honey seller in Japan or
Yeah. Okay, whatever examples are there, even Giriraj Maharaj and other examples are there of Tamal Krishna Maharaj, but that is one-to-one specific, no? We cannot copy and paste that example from there. Somebody wrote, Prabhupada wrote a letter that you should do this much like this. You should give 100% to Krishna consciousness. He told also. So can we do that? No, because that was personally Prabhupada instructed somebody. So like that, he is giving personal guidance to somebody. Somebody should take personal guidance from his superior to exactly know what is his status, how much he should contribute. Somebody they may tell 10% only. Somebody may tell 50%, somebody 90%. We don't know. It's basically one-to-one. That's what I told. So there is no use of discussion that Prabhupada wrote this in that letter. Prabhupada gave that instruction to somebody. So as far as Bhagavatam written thing that I explained. In Bhagavatam, you can show me anywhere if it is there that everybody should give this much percentage, only 100%, something is there like that. So that is not there. So in Bhagavatam, as he said, books are the basis. He will give basic principles. That has to be actually discussed with one's own superior as per the time, place, and circumstance, and then applied. Yeah, something specifics are given, 60 notes to be chanted. Then it is there in Bhagavatam only. Following 4 regulatory principles, that is there as it is. Okay, that is my understanding. Anything else you are saying?
That's it.
Okay. So we will continue then. We did till 10th. Yeah. Ahimsa. We did. Okay. Completed this slide?
No, Prabhuji.
No, we are reading. Yeah. Yeah, continue. Who was reading?
Yes, Prabhuji, I was ready.
Yeah, continue. Sorry, this is
Real
a big
ahimsa.
purport. Actually, you have to read more, I think, because this is one of the
Yes.
longest purport in
Yes.
Bhagavatam. Okay. Sorry, in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah.
Real ahimsa means not checking anyone's progressive life. The animals are also making progress in their evolutionary life by transmigrating from one category of animal life to another. If a particular animal is killed, then his progress is checked. If an animal is staying in a particular body for so many days or so many years and is ultimately killed, then he has to come back again in that form of life to complete the remaining days in order to be promoted to another species of life. So their progress should not be checked simply to satisfy one's palate. This is called ahimsa.
Yeah. So Prabhupada is defining now real ahimsa. Obviously, earlier, if we see, he started with this ahimsa. Okay. So basic definition Prabhupada gave, not arresting the progressive life of any living entity. And obviously, other places in Bhagavad Gita only Prabhupada has defined not preaching Krishna consciousness is actually violence. Okay. So preaching Krishna consciousness is actually ahimsa. That also defines. But in this, what he is saying as per the Varna and Ashrama of the Vanprastha. Okay. So here he is saying that, okay, next, real ahimsa, right? We were discussing. So here, what is real ahimsa, he told? Not checking anyone's progressive life. For example, he is giving that if an animal is staying, suppose a cow is supposed to stay 20 years, 30 years in the body and somebody kills, then the cow, she has to again take birth in that same species of life and again spend that many years in that body like that. So one should not check simply to satisfy one's palate. And if at all one has to do, then he has to do it under the spiritual process like the bali, the sacrifice which is mentioned here. Okay, if one cannot actually live without doing it, then one should not take up to illegal means. There are legal means for doing this in the Shastras like that. Okay, yeah.
Satyam, This word means that one should not distort the truth for some personal interest. In Vedic literature, there are some difficult passages, but the meaning or the purpose should be learned from a bona fide spiritual master. That is the process for understanding the Vedas. Shruti means that one should hear from the authority. One should not construe some interpretation for his personal interest. There are so many commentaries on Bhagavad Gita that misinterpret the original text. The real import of the word should be presented, and that should be learned from a bona fide spiritual master.
Yeah, so 11th is Satyam. Yes, 11th is Satyam. So, truthfulness. What is truthfulness here? Prabhupada is saying this word means that one should not distort the truth. One should not change the truth. See, two things are there. One is to change the truth, one is to speak against the truth. Okay, so that is a lie. Against the truth is a lie. And there is something distorting the truth, speaking in halfway, half truth, half lie kind of thing. Okay, so that is not recommended. Yeah. So here he is saying Vedic literature, there are some difficult passages, but one should understand the meaning from the bona fide spiritual master. Okay, so this is part of the Satyam, to learn to speak the truth. Okay, first one has to learn, then he can speak. Okay, and one should do it from a bona fide spiritual master. One should not construe some interpretation for his personal interest. 1 minute. Right. Yeah, so that should be learned from a bona fide spiritual master. Thus, principle of Satyam, how to speak. Yeah. Yeah, one should not construe some interpretation for his personal interest. Yeah. And one should not speak in the name of, like Prabhupada gives in the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, he says that there are so many commentaries on Bhagavad Gita where people are speaking what they want to speak in the name of Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada is condemning them there actually, that he is saying that people should not just give their own ideology. If you want to give your own idea, write the name of the book something else. Don't write Bhagavad Gita. Okay, this is not Bhagavad Gita, it is your Gita. Okay, you are speaking something. It's not Bhagavad Gita. Why to write the name of Krishna and speak your own things like that? Yeah, please continue.
Akrodha means to check anger. Even if there is provocation, one should be tolerant. For once one becomes angry, his whole body becomes polluted. Anger is a product of mode of passion and lust. So one who is transcendently situated should check himself from anger. Apeshunam means that one should not find fault with others or correct them unnecessarily. Of course, to call a thief is not fault finding, but to call an honest person a thief is very much offensive for one who is making advancement in spiritual life.
Yeah. So 12th quality here he is saying that is akrodha, to check anger. So even if the provocation is there, one should be tolerant. Okay, and it is said later, we will see the Kshatriya Dharma. The Kshatriya Dharma is that he can become angry at certain instances when he is in fight, when he is in war. Okay, then he is supposed to become angry. That is his Dharma. So whatever these qualities we are discussing, one very important thing that we have to remember, that this is not applied only to one person or one ashram, but it can be applicable to others also. Okay, as per the guidance of Shastra. Later we will see one statement in the next purport. Prabhupada will say the whole thing can be actually summarized in one thing. If the scriptures recommend something for you, then it is good for you, because you can following that, you can go to the next level. The example is given of anger. So Kshatriya is supposed to become angry when he is in fighting. Okay, so that is not negative quality for him. Okay, that is recommended for him, so that he can go through that phase and then he can actually go to the next stage like that. So here, that's why Prabhupada is saying anger is product of a mode of passion and it pollutes the whole body, he is saying. And it's a mode of passion and lust. Yeah. The one who is transcendently situated should check himself from anger. Yeah, and apaishunam, 13th quality is saying that one should not find fault unnecessarily. Okay, so like very good thing, other places we read in scriptures also that if one is taken the responsibility of certain follower, like the disciple for the spiritual master, so they should correct the disciple. That is their responsibility. So again, it is recommended by scriptures that they correct their disciple. So that is not apaishunam. Okay, it's not that they are paishunam, they are finding fault. Okay, so that is recommended for them. The person who has taken the responsibility, like father and mother, should train the child, should correct the child when the child does wrong. So they should not think that, oh, we are not supposed to correct anybody. No, for them it is recommended. Okay, so that is recommendation based on scripture. So that one does, then he fulfills the responsibility of being a responsible father or mother or guru. Okay. Yeah, we will take question after we complete some part. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, please continue.
Re means that one should be very
This
modest
is
and must not.
14th, no? Yeah, 14th.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Re means that one should be very modest and must not perform some act which is abominable. A chapalam, determination, means that one should not be agitated or frustrated in some attempt. There may be failure in some attempt, but one should not be sorry for that. He should make progress with patience and determination. The word tejas should use here is meant for kshatriyas. The kshatriyas should always be very strong to be able to give protection to the weak. They should not pose themselves as non-violent. If violence is required, they must exhibit it. But a person who is able to curb down his enemy may, under certain conditions, show forgiveness. He may excuse minor offenses.
Yeah, so 14th is re. So that means one should be able to, he should be very modest and must not perform some act which is abominable. Yeah, which is not recommended for his ashram or his varna, that he should not do. Okay, and 15th quality is achapalam. Okay, so chapala means flickering. Achapalam means that which is not flickering, which is steady. That means who has determination. Okay, so means that one should not be agitated or frustrated in some attempt. So today morning only we were seeing how Hanuman, when he jumped to the Lanka and then he was trying to find out Mother Sita. So he was not able to find initially. So he was not frustrated also, and he was not very agitated also. Okay, so whatever was given, he did it dutifully, nicely. So there may be failure in some attempt, but one should not be sorry for that. Yeah. So yeah, this theory which modern people have, that based on the result we see how the endeavor was, that is not fully true in Krishna consciousness for one's own evaluation of how much he should be satisfied or he should not be satisfied. Basically, the endeavor the results which come, that is surely to assess that, okay, what kind of endeavor we can improve. But in spiritual life, like any endeavor we do in preaching also, sometimes we may get good results, sometimes we don't get good results, sometimes we can distribute good number of books, sometimes not. So what is our success is not the results, basically. Okay, success is the endeavor, how much sincerely we did the endeavor. Okay, so results, obviously we can look and we can try to improve our endeavor, but more important than result is our endeavor, that whether we were doing it in right consciousness. Okay, and we were doing it in right method which was told. If we are doing it sincerely, then we can always be happy that I tried to do my best. Okay, because we have seen many times, oh, we came second in book distribution, we could not distribute as many books as that temple. No, it is not a competition. Okay, obviously Prabhupada told it as a spiritual competition, but we should not try to make it a material competition. Some people went and punctured the bus of other party so that they will become first rank. So these things Prabhupada condemned actually. Or some people, they went to a gas station, a petrol pump, they filled the petrol and then they told, we don't have money, you can take our books. So such kind of things, when one start doing in a material competitive way, then result oriented when we become, then it will lead to what you say, the preaching will get affected actually. It will become anti-preaching also. So result oriented we should be, in the sense that we can improve our endeavors. Okay, but the success is not the result. The success is in endeavor. Okay, so that's why here the modern theory we should not fall to that. Okay, yeah, you should see what is the result, then you should find whether you are successful or not. That's the whole thing is coming now. How many views one got, how many likes one got, all these things. Okay, so he should make progress with patience and determination. Yeah, utsaha, nishchaya, dhairya. So this dhairya and nishchaya, these two principles are told here. Achapalam. Okay, and then 16th is tejaha. Okay, so that is tejas means here it is chivalry. Okay. How is it translated here? Teja, vigor. Yeah, vigor. Yeah, vigor it is. So vigor, that is for Kshatriya. The Kshatriyas should always be strong to be able to give protection to the weak. Yeah. Kshatram trayate iti Kshatriya. Chat means to wound someone, or to somebody is bleeding. So that is called Chat. And one who gives protection from that is called Kshatriya. So he should use his strength and vigor to give protection to the weak. Like main duty of the Kshatriya king is to give protection to the Praja. And the king will be in front when the army goes for fighting, not like modern day leaders that they will be sitting in a AC room and they will be telling their army, go and fight. Okay, not like that. Yeah. And yeah, this will be explained by Baldev Vidabhushan also, this very important point, that when the enemy is weak, then he forgives actually their offenses. Okay, if the enemy is of a lower strength, then the Kshatriya actually forgives them and doesn't fight with them. Okay, that is very important here. It's told. Prabhupada told in different words that he excuses minor offenses like that. Okay, so this was 15th, 16th. Okay, 17th. Yeah.
Shaucham means cleanliness, not only in mind and body, but in one's dealings also. It is specially meant for the mercantile people who should not deal in the black market. Nati Manita, or not expecting honor, applies to the Shudras, the worker class, which are considered, according to the Vedic injunctions, to be the lowest of the four classes. They should not be puffed up with unnecessary prestige or honor and should remain in their own status. It is the duty of the Shudras to offer respect to the higher class for the upkeep of the social order.
Yeah. So, Saucham means cleanliness. Okay. So, cleanliness, 3 levels. It will be told in the next chapter again. Okay. Body, mind, and words. And when one's dealing also, Prabhupada is saying, it is especially meant for those who are Vaishya. Vaishya Varna. Who should not deal in black market. Yeah. And Nati Manita, not expecting too much honor. Atiman applies to the Shudra. So the worker class, there is only one quality mentioned, okay, which are considered according to the Vedic injunctions to be the lowest of the four classes. So again, the lowest does not mean that they are least important again. So that should not be understood like that. So everybody has their own importance. Like we see, suppose the security guard or the cleaner or the sweeper, all these classes of people, they have their own role to do. Okay. Or even the lowest among the army, like there are different groups of cadet groups are there in army. Some are in the lowest order. Okay. And even there are different basically planes also, like there are very advanced fighter jets and there are other grades of planes. Some are like very lower. They are just like mass carriers of people. So what the lower category of the battalion can do or the cadets can do or the lower the armed forces can do, that sometimes cannot be done by higher people also. Okay. So they have their own importance. So one should not think that they are the lowest means they are least important. No. So many times it has been seen in war. So one devotee was giving this example that when they had to carry mass people from one place to another in army, so that time we cannot use very advanced fighter jets to carry people from one place to other. In one fighter jet, two people only can come. So there we cannot use that. Okay. So what lowest order of the jets can do, that others cannot do, or the carriers can do. Similarly, these all people, those who are security guards or maybe barber or those who are doing this other kind of things, I'm just giving some example. So they should not be considered they are lowest, or somebody who is driving for us, or somebody driving for others, or like sometimes we go in this Ola, Uber, these cabs. Sometimes many people we see that they don't give so much respect to the driver because they think, oh, just he is, I have purchased. So this kind of mentality is not good. Okay. And especially for devotees, we should not do like this. As devotees, we should not do. Yeah. So everybody should be given the respect they deserve, actually, because everybody has their own worth. Correct. No? So that is very important to give them the respect. So the Shudras, they should not be puffed up with unnecessary prestige or honor and should remain in their own status. And it is duty of the Shudras to offer respect to all the other class. Yes. Yeah.
All these 26 all these,
we missed
oh,
some.
I think, yes.
Okay, he did this. Shamadriti Vacham. Socham. Okay, before that. Okay, yeah, some things are not mentioned in purport here. Okay, okay. It's there in the word to word meaning. Okay, we'll see there. Yep, continue this. Yeah.
All these 26 qualifications mentioned are transcendental qualities. They should be cultivated according to the different statuses of social and occupational order. The purport is that even though material conditions are miserable, if these qualities are developed by practice by all classes of men, then gradually it is possible to rise to the highest platform of transcendental realization.
So this is very important point, what Prabhupada is saying, that even though material conditions are miserable, this world is dukkhalaya only, but to rise above to the transcendental position, one has to follow the rules and regulations given by scriptures for them. So if they follow the rules and regulations given by scriptures to them, they can rise to the transcendental level and come out of this material world. Okay, so this will come in the next shloka, and purport also Prabhupada will say that what is the importance of following the scriptures. Okay, so here 26 are not mentioned, all qualities. In word to word meaning you can find. Okay, some of them the Prabhupada has not commented, like gentleness towards all living entities, freedom from envy. Okay, adroho, that is not commented. Okay, so some of them will come in this commentary of Baldev Vidyabhushan. We will see this. Okay, any questions are there? What we discussed?
Yes,
Somebody had raised. Yeah.
Like it is clear, but some counter arguments are possible. So I just want to clarify that this acharpalam quality, that one should not be agitated or frustrated in some attempt, then that is there. But at the same time, we see that someone can give a counter argument that falena parichayate, the injunction that one should see by the results. And Srila Prabhupada sometimes used to say that because I preach the message as it is, and that's why I have been able to make so many pure devotees.
Yes, correct.
So sometimes we see that results are also a measure of success that we see. So like how to understand these seemingly...
The same thing you only answered, no? That Prabhupada is saying that because I preach as it is, whatever is there, so that's why I'm successful. So if somebody is preaching as it is, he is still not successful, then one should not be, as here it is told, no? He should not be thinking that, oh, I am a failure and and he should be frustrated. Not like that. Okay. So if somebody is not preaching properly, surely he will not be successful. That is falena parichayate. Falena fal karanam anumiyate. Actually, that is the line. Falena fal karanam anumiyate. by the phal, we can understand the phal karana, or the endeavor which was done, actually, anumiyate. That is to be ascertained based on the endeavor, like that, based on the result, basically. So, yeah, so here, as I told, two cases can be there. One is the person did proper endeavor as per the instructions and sincerely. Second one is he did not do sincerely. I told that case while explaining this, when he did it sincerely as per the instructions and he tried to do his best, still the results did not come. So then we should depend on Krishna, that okay, whatever results came, then that is Krishna's will. Okay. So Prabhupada also was preaching in India, no? That time what happened? He was also preaching as it is only. So then
Yes.
he changed his plan, right? He went to US. Oh, correct. So his spiritual master told that okay, you preach in the West, preach in the English language. So in India also he was preaching in English only. So we have to see, we can make surely the changes in the plan, but Prabhupada was never frustrated. That's what was the point here. See, he should not be frustrated. So that's why one should not be frustrated if he's doing it sincerely. But somebody did not do it sincerely, then he will surely not get results. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we will see this explanation by Bhaktivedanta Bhushan. He gives only one line to all the qualities which are there, but he covers more. Yeah. Okay, so we will see this. Somebody else can read maybe. Yeah, Santosh, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. In the 16th chapter, Krishna speaks about the natures of the saintly and demonic persons, teaching that the first type is excellent and the second is despicable. Describing how the roots of the Aswatha tree spread out, the Lord explained that the fortunate and unfortunate impressions caused by previous karmas were the secondary roots of the tree of samsara. In the 9th chapter, the Lord narrated that the natures of living entities was either Deva, Asura or Rakshasa, goodness, passion and ignorance. The Deva nature, having sattva attitude and pious impressions, causing performance of duties according to the Vedas, is suitable for liberation.
Yeah, so this background of this chapter we have already seen. Yeah, continue.
That is the Deva Sampat mentioned in this chapter, the excellent fruit of the Aswatha tree. The natures of the Asuras and Rakshasas in the modes of passion and ignorance, which are causes of all evil, following the inclination for attachment and repulsion, filled with sinful impressions, causes these people to fall to hell. This is the Asura Sampat, the undesirable fruit of the tree. This is the purpose of the 16th chapter explains this. The Lord speaks of the Devi Sampad in the 3 verses. In those verses, the Lord successively describes the duties of the 4 ashramas and varnas. First, he speaks of the sannyasis. The sannyasi is fearless, abhayam, free from the fear of how he will survive alone without any work. He has purity of mind, sattva samsuddhi, by performance of duties of his ashrama and varna. He is fully knowledgeable of the methods, yoga, of attaining jnana yoga vyavasthita, such as hearing. There 3 are his characteristics. Next, he describes the householders. The householder offers food and other items owned by himself, earned by proper methods to qualified persons, dana. He controls the external senses according to the rules, dhamma. He engages in the performance of prescribed sacrifices, yajna. These 3 are the householder's characteristics. Next, the Lord describes the brahmachari. He is engaged in study, swadhyaya, called brahma yajna. He is fixed in studying the Vedas, which are a group of sounds not created by man, which brings about realization of the Lord endowed with energies. This is the only quality of the brahmachari. Next, he speaks of the vanaprastha. Tapa here refers to the 3 types of austerity, which will be mentioned in the 18th chapter. This is the one quality of the vanaprastha. The qualities of the brahmana are described. Arjava means straightforward, meaning that he reveals to faithful listeners the meaning of important topics as he has understood them. Ahimsa means not to stop the lifespan of another living entity. Satya means making accurate statements concerning things one has seen without meaningless content.
Yeah, so from the quality of this uh, Arjava, straightforwardness, that was mentioned as the quality of the Brahmana Varna. Okay, so this is ninth, ninth, yeah. So this was the ninth quality, Arjava, 10th, 11th. So these are all for Brahmana. Yeah, so Ahimsa, this Prabhupada explained example of that animal sacrifice. And Satya means making accurate statements. Prabhupada told this that he should not construe the truth. He should not distort the truth. Okay, accurate statements concerning things one has seen without meaningless content. So very nice, Baldev Vidyabhushan has defined. This part he has added. Prabhupada did not explain about this part. He told the first part of it. So without meaningless content, it means to the point whatever is there in the context that only he speaks. Like now Bhagavad Gita, Sanjay is speaking. So he is speaking like Dhritarashtra asked him, Kim akurvat Sanjaya mam kaha pandavascheva. These both people have assembled in Kurukshetra, Dharmakshetra. What they did. So he is explaining about the war. He explained the meaningful content that before the war there was Bhagavad Gita. What Lord spoke in the Bhagavad Gita, he spoke this whole thing. Correct. So meaningful content is there. In the meaningless content, there might have other things also happened. Correct. Some animals drank water. Some animals or some people they went away from the war. Or these all thing would have happened. The wind was blowing it was very hot. All these things he is not telling in Bhagavad Gita because that is meaningless content for the context. Yeah.
Akrodha is the control of anger which appears when an evil person criticizes oneself. Tyaga means not saying bad words when others insult. Santi means control of the mind. Apeshuna means not using bad words against another person in his absence. Daya means intolerance of the suffering of other living entities. Alolupa means absence of greed. Mardava or gentleness means intolerance of separation from association of saintly persons.
Yeah. So here we numbered 11th is Satya, then Akrodha. Okay. So control of anger. So Prabhupada explained this with respect to Kshatriya. Correct. So this he is saying that control of anger which appears when an evil person criticizes oneself. Okay. And then somebody is criticized by an evil person, then he should not become angry on that person. Okay. Then he should be controlling his anger, like that he is saying. 13th is Tyaga, sacrifice. Means not saying bad words when others insult. Okay. So very specific definition Baldev Vidyabhushan has given. When others insult us, then we should not retaliate in bad words to them. Okay. Like Daksha, he was criticizing Lord Shiva so much. So Lord Shiva did not criticize back. Okay. And then 13th, then 14th, Shanti means control of the mind, peace of the mind. Apayeshuna, not using bad words against another person in his absence. Okay. So this backbiting tendency which is there, speaking bad about others, should not be done. Okay. Daya means intolerance of the suffering of other living entities. Alolupa. Lolup means one who is greedy. Alolup means he is not greedy. So one should be satisfied with what one has, and he should be wanting those which he needs for keeping the body and soul together or doing his prescribed duties, whichever is there, that he can want. Okay. But he should not be greedy about that which is not needed for him. 18th, Mardava, gentleness means intolerance of separation from association of saintly persons. Very nice definition of Mardava is given here. Gentleness means tolerance, we should not tolerate the separation from sadhu sangha. Means one should always hanker towards the association of devotees. That is Maradava. Okay, this was 18th. Yeah.
Hiri means bashfulness to do unlawful acts. Achapala means absence of useless actions. These are the 12 characteristics of the Brahmana. Next, the Lord describes the Kshatriya qualities. Teja means not being conquered by lesser persons. Kshama means not showing anger to those lesser persons who treat one with contempt, though he is capable of such anger. Dhriti means giving effort to support the fatigued senses so that they remain energetic. These are the 3 qualities of the Kshatriya.
So this till here were the qualities of the Brahmana, 12 qualities, 12 characteristics. So as I told earlier, this is not an extensive list. There are many more qualities which Brahmana should have. That more specific things are given in Bhagavatam and even in Bhagavad Gita as at other places. Okay, Pathan, okay, Dana Pratigraha, Yajan Yajan. All these things are not mentioned here, but they are also qualities of a Brahmana. And then the qualities of Kshatriya are mentioned, 3 qualities basically. 21 to 23. Okay, and these 12 were from 9 to 20. Okay. So Teja means not being conquered by the lesser persons. Okay, means when one will be conquered by lesser person, when he is not fighting to the potential he has. Okay, so suppose somebody is not fighting to the best of his potential, then he can be defeated by lower people also. So that is not to be done by Kshatriya. Okay, then Kshama means not showing anger to those lesser people, actually, those who are less in strength or less in skill from others, who treat one with contempt, though he is capable of such anger, though he can show anger and even he can kill them, but he should not do it. That is quality of Kshatriya. Okay, and okay, those devotees who have kept your camera on, kindly be seated and here, otherwise it's distracting. Okay, if you are roaming here and there and doing other activities. Okay, Dhriti, next you saying, is Kshatriya quality, means giving effort to support the fatigued senses. So if there is some war, the Kshatriya is fighting and it's going long. Like for example, we had this 28 days fight between Bhima and Jarasandha. It was going so long and both were tired and both were not able to actually defeat each other. So the quality here is that to keep the senses energetic, even though they are fatigued. This is one of the qualities of a Kshatriya. Okay, even though they may not be wanting to fight, but still to keep the senses energetic. Yeah, continue.
The qualities of the Vaishyas are described next. Saucha means to be free of untruthfulness, deceit, and other bad qualities in going about his mercantile affairs. Adroha means not to take up weapons to do violence to others. These are his 2 qualities. The Lord describes the qualities of the Shudra. Na atimanita means to be devoid of thinking oneself worthy of worship and being humble before the 3 higher castes whom he regards as worthy of worship. This is 1 quality. The total comes to 26 qualities.
Yeah, so now Vaishya qualities are mentioned, 24 and 25 basically. So these are for the Vaishya. And 26th was the only one which was mentioned for the Shudra Varna. So 24th is said as Sauch, means untruthfulness, free of untruthfulness, cleanliness basically, that here translated as free of untruthfulness, basically truthfulness. And very specifically, Bhaktivedanta is saying that they are free of deceit and other bad qualities. So now somebody may say, no, Vaishya, we hear that he can speak lies. That's why he can maintain his business. He has to say that, yes, I purchased at this cost actually, and I did not purchase like this. So he is supposed to speak lie. No, it's not like that. He can speak any lie. Okay, like for example, suppose he has purchased something at 40 rupees. Then he can sell it at 50. He can sell it at 60 also. He can sell at 100 also. Depends on that businessman basically. So he can tell somebody that, yeah, actually it is, I am not taking so much profit from you actually. He can say, he could have taken more profit from that person by selling it to 100 rupees also. But he is saying, yes, yes, I have not taken so much profit from you. For you, I have reduced the price. That is true. He is not speaking untrue there, but he is keeping his profit also at the same time. Okay, so that's how this quality is explained. And adroh means not to take up weapons to do violence. So yeah, a Vaishya is not supposed to become like a Kshatriya whenever is needed, that he will take up weapons and start doing violence. That is not his duty. And the Shudra, as we discussed, Nati Manita, is not to expect respect more than what is ordained for him, or what is worth, what is deserved by him. Okay, he should not expect more. He should not think, oh, why they are not respecting me as a Brahmana? Why they are not respecting me as a Kshatriya? Why I am not becoming the king of the country? These are not to be expected from Shudra. Yeah, continue.
These are understood to be the principal qualities of the ashramas and varnas. Those qualities which are not mentioned here should also be included. The list is not exhaustive. These qualities appear in a person born Jatasya with auspicious impression, Daivam Sampadam, manifested through pious acts which show their fruits at the time of accepting a body. Punya punyena karmana bhavati papah papena. He becomes pure by pure karmas, bad by bad karmas. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 4.4.5. This sampath or wealth is possessed by the devas, those who respect the Lord. Because from this position, a person has the possibility of attaining jnana and bhakti. It is the excellent fruit of the tree of samsara.
Yeah, so he is concluding that these 26 qualities, they are principal qualities. And there are more qualities which are not mentioned here. This list is not exhaustive. Okay, more qualities are there for each one. Okay. Brahmachari should not think, oh, I have to only study the scripture. That is the only thing meant for me. Not like that. And Shudra is not only Naati Manita. There are other things, yeah. Yeah. And then very important principle here, that these qualities are coming in a person. Actually, not that because he is born at certain time. Many times we hear that because he was born at a good time. Okay. Yeah, so what we were discussing, yeah, these qualities are not exhaustive. There are many more qualities which are explained in other places. Yeah, and this philosophy that somebody says that actually because one is born at a certain time, so he will be having good qualities, and somebody born at certain time, he will have bad qualities. That is not like that. The person, whatever qualities he has acquired in previous life, based on that, he is actually taking birth at a certain time. If he has acquired good qualities, then he will take birth in the good time, and then he will continue the good qualities he has acquired in the past life. Okay. And somebody who has acquired bad qualities in past life, then he will take birth at certain time, place, and circumstance that will be under certain nakshatra and graha, that he will continue his bad qualities in this life. So that is the meaning. Okay, any questions? What we discussed till now? Yeah, Pratik.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, initially at the start of this chapter, you explained that this first three verses will explain the Devi qualities. which are in mode of goodness, and then the other will be passion and ignorance, or the demonic qualities. So, Prabhuji, but here there are specific qualities for
You can keep
modes
it
of nature
off,
like
maybe.
sattva,
Your
rajas,
voice broke.
tamas. So, Hare Krishna. Now, is it fine?
Go ahead, you will see.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so Prabhuji, so all these qualities are in sattva guna, but then again there are for brahmachari is vanaprasthas who are in different modes of nature.
You are on mute now. Okay, maybe some internet issue. Not able to hear you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Now are you able to hear me? I switched network. Yes,
okay,
Prabhuji.
yeah, can try now.
Yeah, Prabhuji, so these qualities, 26 qualities which are Devi are in goodness. And again, there are specific qualities explained for different Varna and Ashrama, which are again in some are in goodness, passion, and ignorance. So, how to understand this?
What is the last part you told?
Prabhuji, so we understood now this sannyasis
Good.
have few qualities, vanaprasthas has few qualities, Brahmana,
Correct.
Kshatriya has different qualities. So
Correct.
Brahmana is supposed to be in goodness, Kshatriya is supposed to be in passion, and then Shudra is supposed to be in ignorance. But all these qualities are good in goodness qualities only. Previously you said, na?
Correct.
So that was the question.
Yeah, so these are the part of their personality which are like goodness qualities, but they have other qualities also, na, which is not explained here, which will be in passion and ignorance, like for Shudras, it will be in ignorance. So it's not that they are, as we discussed in the beginning, see, when we say something is in goodness, so the predominantly what we say is in goodness, okay, and something predominantly in the passion, it is in passion. Predominantly in ignorance is in ignorance. Not that they don't have anything of goodness. If there somebody is ignorance, then more of it will be ignorance. There is some part of goodness also and passion also in that person. So whatever Shudra quality, goodness quality is there, that is mentioned here. Okay. Similarly for others also. It's not that sannyasi is having full goodness. Okay. There will be other qualities also which he may have, which may not be in goodness. Predominantly it is. Like for Brahmana, maximum was given because he is in goodness actually. Brahmana 12 qualities were given because he is supposed to be in goodness. And others it was reducing, na? It's not more. Like that.
Thank you, Prabhuji. One more doubt is there, Prabhuji. Can I ask?
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, there are a few qualities. I mean, all these qualities, should we try to cultivate them? And if so, then we see that even in our dealings, we are not in fixed, not right now, we are not in the setting of Varnashrama Dharma. We don't even know, I mean, we may know our pros and cons of our character, but still we are not sure what exactly which qualities we should develop, because we see when we are dealing with mostly when we are grahastha, we have to deal with land, money, and then so many other things which may agitate anger, or we may become deceitful sometimes. So not purposefully, but it happens. So how should we try to cultivate them, or we should say that okay, I am not Brahminical, I am more of a Kshatriya nature or Vaishya nature, like that?
Yeah. Yeah, actually for that answer will come in the next verse purport, I think. But in short, it is, yeah, we should try to cultivate these qualities. And as much as devotees, as we advance in bhakti, that much we will be able to constantly keep up or manifest these qualities, like Saucham, Dhritihi, all these Arjavam, all these qualities. How much ever we are advanced, that much constantly we can have these qualities. Otherwise, as we are not so advanced, as less we are advanced, that much it will be irregular, these good qualities. We will not be able to show the good qualities. Okay, and again we can try. There is no problem in trying or trying to attain these good qualities. But I am saying what will happen generally. As we are that much not advanced, again we will keep falling, and then we can try. And those who are more advanced, they will keep up with the qualities and they will able to follow it like that. So there is no harm in trying always, and we should always try to follow these good qualities. And as such as the last part which you said, it will be coming in the next verse, I think, purport, that whatever is prescribed to him, like land dealing and other things you told, no? So obviously we may not know exactly our varnashma position, but whatever is prescribed for us, if we do that, then we will elevate to the next level. If we don't try to copy others, like, oh, the sannyasa ashram, this is supposed to do, so maybe I will also not earn money. I will also not get into these things because I become angry. I will not take care of my family because it takes so much time from me, like that. So these things, if one tries to do, then he will not be purified in that ashram, so that he can go to next ashram. So these responsibilities are given so that he can purify his existence. That is the purpose. So if he skips thinking that, oh, I should copy from others varna or ashram, then it will be more difficult for him in this life and surely in the next life. Okay, so that's why these are given, that you follow the rules and regulation as per your varna and ashram, and then you can go to next. That is the purpose. So even though he may have to exhibit sometimes some bad qualities, he may show while doing in his ashram, but that is he should try his best to not do it, but that will purify him to go to the next level. That is what I understood.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. So we'll see one more shloka at least or two.
Prabhuji,
Yes.
doubt here.
Hmm.
Prabhuji, in the previous verse, Prabhupada has told in the there is one quality where it says intolerance for the where you are not getting the association of saintly persons.
Correct.
There is one quality. I'm just forgetting the verse. But probably I'm just getting confused between two instructions. First is this one, where we are not tolerant to leave the association of saintly persons. And there is one more instruction which usually I've heard from Gopal Krishna Swami Maharaj also. He said we should be attached to the philosophy, not the person. So how can we balance this? Like we are attached to philosophy and not the person, but at the same time we are feeling intolerant to leave the saintly association. How to balance it?
Yeah. So what is association? That is defined. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is defining actually all the basic principles of bhakti. We should take the definition properly. So there Rupa Goswami has told Sajatiya Snigdha. So he has told that Sajatiya means those who are like-minded and those who are affectionate towards us and those who are superior to us. So these people who are there, they are our, like, if we should hanker for their association, not that anybody who is a devotee. That is not defined as association. Okay, anybody and everybody in this world of who in ISKCON world is our associate, or we desire to associate, not like that. So the particular person who is actually having like-mindedness and affection for us, and he is superior to us, okay, then he is desired for association. That is first thing. And yeah, we should be attached to philosophy and not the person. Yeah, so again, this is we have to balance it. We cannot go to the extreme. Like there may be sometimes an accident in Krishna consciousness where the certain person may leave the Krishna consciousness. So we should not be so much attached to that person that we also live with him. It has happened many times in ISKCON. At the same time, we should not be going to other extreme that we are attached to the philosophy so much that we don't take personal association of anybody, like our Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, and even those who are our uh, basically many Siksha Gurus one has. So these people one should have, because whatever qualities they have, that only we will also get. Okay, so that is there. So in that sense, so we should keep a balance of it. That's what I would say. Yeah, there are some institutions where actually don't want to name, but they have one patrika which comes to their forum every day, and the person, whoever is in charge, he reads that, and then they discuss. So now that person is told that you move to second place. These people are not disturbed at all, because this they know it keeps happening, that we are just connected to the core system where this patrika comes from, and then we keep reading, and that is our inspiration. Anybody reads, that doesn't matter to us. That is another extreme. And whether other people are like, they do whatever the other person does. If he doesn't follow the parampara properly, he started dressing in now t-shirt and pant. So followers also start doing that. So they don't see what Prabhupada has said. They just follow what this person is saying. That is called Pantha system. Like it's not parampara. That what their superior has told, that he is following, and then we are also following. It's not like that. It's like whatever the next person is saying, that only we follow. Like sometimes we have this attitude. Now, what Prabhupada told, we have to follow that only. That only we have to follow. What his previous acharya has told, that we don't care. What previous acharya, that is their stuff. What we have to do with that. What Prabhupada told, that is our stuff. Then we are creating a problem in the thing that Prabhupada, is he following his previous acharya or not? You are saying this statement. Are you cutting Prabhupada off the parampara or what? So such kind of extremes are not good. That's what is there. Okay, Mataji.
Okay. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Okay, fourth verse. Dambho darpo abhimanascha krodha parusham evacha ajnanam cha abhijatasya partha sampadam ashurim. So for three qualities was explained for the Daivi Sampad. Now the Asuri qualities. Okay. That will be explained in this one verse. Okay. So this one verse, Krishna is speaking, and then Arjuna will become disturbed, thinking that, oh, these qualities which are mentioned here, like Krodha, anger, I also have anger uh, towards these Kauravas. So maybe I am also Asuri quality. And then Krishna will pacify him and then speak the rest of the whole chapter is Asuri Sampad only. That to explain that why you are not a Asuri quality person, even though externally you may also become angry. But it is your prescribed duty to become angry on the enemy. So understand the difference between the qualities of the Asuri people, those who have anger in a negative way. This is destroying their spiritual life or destroying their dharma. But you are supposed to have krodha because it is nourishing, it is supporting your dharma, like that. So that will be the rest of the chapter. Okay, we will read this. Okay. Isha Mata, you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Pride, dambha, arrogance, darpa, conceit, abhimana, anger, krodha, harshness, parusham, and ignorance, ajnanam. These qualities, sampadam, belong to those of demonic nature. Asuram abhijatasya, O son of Partha.
Thank you. So here Krishna is saying, what are the qualities? Dambho. Okay, pride. Okay, let us mark here. Dambha, darpaha, arrogance, abhiman, conceit, krodha, parusham, harshness, ajnanam, ignorance. Okay, and many more qualities are there. Okay, which he will explain throughout the chapter. Many more qualities. Okay, yeah, read this.
Yes, Prabhuji. In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. The demonic want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science. although they do not follow the principles. They are always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectably, although they do not command respect. Over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently.
Yeah. So royal road to hell is described because that is the passion and ignorance. Okay, road of passion and ignorance. Okay. And that goes downwards ultimately. So the demonic want to make a show of the religion. Okay. In spiritual science, although they do not follow the principles. So that is dambha. They are always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or wealth. Yeah. So they desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability, although they do not command respect. That is abhimana. Okay. So when we read this Baldev Vidyabhushan commentary, it will be more clear. This is abhiman, and this is darpaha. Okay, arrogant and proud. So here arrogance is darpaha, and abhimana conceit, and pride is the first one which Prabhupada explained. Okay, this is pride. Dhamma. This is pride. Yeah. Continue.
They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically, according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. These demonic qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mothers, and as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities.
So fourth one is mentioned here, anger. That is krodha. Yeah. Next is parushyam, harshness, rough language in front of others. Yeah, they do not recognize any authority. Agyana. Yeah, they don't know what is to be done. Okay, this is explained here. Agyan. They do everything whimsically because that is the characteristic of mode of passion. There is no planning to do what, and ignorance they don't want to do at all. Okay. They do not recognize any authority. They think I am the authority of the everyone, like that. Yeah, please read this.
Yes, Rohit. The Lord now speaks of qualities of the Asura which cause hellish existence in one person. Damba means performance of religious duties with the intention of being known as a religious person. Darpa means pride in having a good lineage or knowledge, thinking that one should be respected. Krodha means anger. Parushya means using rough language in front of others. The word cha indicates all the qualities opposite to those mentioned in the previous verses, such as chapala, having useless action. Thus, the Asur Sampat includes such qualities as Himsa, Asatya, Atyaga, Ashanti, Paishunam, and Loluptva.
Yeah, so basically all these qualities are explained here. Dambha, what is Dambha, what is Darpa, what is Krodha, Parushya, okay, rough language in front of others. So all these are their Asuri qualities, and all those 26 qualities which were there previously, all of them negatively are there in the Asuri Sampat. The example is given. Ahimsa becomes Himsa. Satya becomes Asatya. Tyaga becomes Atyaga. Shanti becomes Ashanti. Apaishunam becomes Paishunam. All Lolupatva was there. Here Lolupatva it becomes. All those 26 become here manifest negatively. Yeah. Read this.
Ajnat means devoid of intelligence to discriminate between what is proper and what is improper conduct. The word cha indicates the qualities such as adriti and those following from the previous list: Shaucham, Droho, Atimanita. These qualities appear in a person born with inauspicious impression, Asuram Sampadam, which manifest from sinful actions and which bears fruit at the time of taking a body. The Shruti says, Papaha Papena. The sinful person is born through sinful acts.
Yeah, so other qualities are explained. Agyana, Adhriti, okay, and negative of the previous 26 qualities. And these qualities appear in a person born with inauspicious impressions. Why did they take birth with inauspicious impressions of? Because they had the previous life, these impressions. Okay. The previous life, they had these impressions, so that passed on in this life, okay, which manifest from sinful actions. Okay, yeah. Next, Devi Sampadi Vimokshaya Nibandha Ayushari Mata Asuri Mata Masuchah Sampadam Devim Abhijatosi Pandava. Somebody else can read. So, Rajananda Krishna Prabhu, you want to read?
The transcendental qualities, Devi Sampat, are conducive to liberation, Vimokshaya, whereas the demonic qualities, Asuri Mata, make for bondage, Nibandhyaya. Do not worry, Masuchaha, O son of Pandava, for you are born Abhichatasyasi with the divine qualities, Sampadam Devim.
Yeah, so Arjuna basically in his mind he was thinking, oh, I also have some qualities of Asura, Asuric qualities like anger, etc. So am I also having Asuric qualities or what? So Krishna is solacing him, no, you are born with divine qualities. Devim Sampadam Abhijato Asi, O Pandava, you are born with the divine qualities, transcendental qualities like that. And Devi Sampad, what they do Vimokshaya. This is first. And second, Nibadh Naya. They bind. Who binds? Asuri Mata. Those which are the demoniac qualities. Okay. So don't fear, Masucha. Yeah, please read.
Lord Krishna encouraged Arjuna by telling him that he was not born with demonic qualities. His involvement in the fight was not demonic because he was considering the pros and cons. He was considering whether respectable persons such as Bhishma and Drona should be killed or not. So he was not acting under the influence of anger, false prestige, or harshness. Therefore, he was not of the quality of demons. For Kshatriya, a military man, shooting arrows at the enemy is considered transcendental, and refraining from such a duty is demoniac. Therefore, there was no cause for Arjuna to lament. Anyone who performs the regulative principles of the different orders of life is transcendentally situated.
Yeah, so Krishna is saying that even though you may be having some of these bad quality which you are seeing like anger, but that anger is prescribed for you. Okay. So that way, like killing, is it bad or good? It depends. Who is doing, when he is doing. Okay. So Kshatriya killing in the battlefield is not bad. The enemy, obviously, he should kill. So that is not considered bad. That is recommended. And somebody killing without any reason any other person in the country, then it is considered bad. So none of these qualities which are mentioned are exactly bad, or you can say that objectively they are bad or good. But it's very subjective, who is doing and when he is doing. Sometimes it is told that those who are like Vyadha, Vyadha means those who are butcher. So it is their dharma that they can kill also. So that is not considered as adharma for them. Okay, but it is depending on which position. If they are anteja, then there are prostitutes also, it is explained that for them it is not irreligion if they indulge in prostitution. Okay, because that is what is their prescribed duty at that time, being an anteja outside the varnashram system. So it depends who is doing that activity and whether it is prescribed for them or not. Okay. Yeah, read this.
The Lord shows the effect of these two attainments in this verse. It appears that I have the asuric traits which will lead to bondage in samsara, since I desire to kill enemies by shooting arrows and am thus filled with cruelty and anger. To comfort Arjuna, who was thus worried, the Lord speaks, "Do not worry, you are born with the Deva qualities, O Pandava. For one born in a Kshatriya family, anger and cruelty during war are prescribed by the scriptures. To do otherwise would make you of asuric nature, possessing the violence and other bad qualities."
Yeah, so this is what I explained earlier. So that is not bad innately, but depends who is doing what is being done. Okay, so I think we'll pause here. Now, from here again, Krishna will start speaking about the Asuri Sampat to explain more clearly why you are not having Asuri qualities. Okay, if there are any questions, they can take. Otherwise, we'll pause.
Hare Krishna, am I audible?
Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, now we are in preaching mission, so many of us are maybe born in the families where there was, I mean, not the culture was like that, there was meat eating and everything. So, Prabhuji, you said that for some, the killing may not be adharma like that, but my understanding is once we got the opportunity to associate with devotees, it automatically becomes, I mean, those whatever it is there for maybe our family lineage is not for us. Is it true?
Yeah, correct. So as a Vaishnava, yeah, we should follow the now our Adhikari is Vaishnava Dharma. So whatever is prescribed for the Vaishnavas, that we should do.
But while dealing with our family, we must, I mean, extended family, we must have that thing in mind that they are not yet devotees, so we may not like treat them like untouchables kind of. So
Yeah. Whatever is their respect we have to give, but whatever position they are, if they are elder to us, we should give that appropriate respect. If they are equal to us and appropriate dealings, we should do. If they are younger to us, we should do appropriate dealing. Okay, so that is there as a family member, but we should not compromise our Vaishnava principles because we are dealing with them like that. Whatever is maximum possible so that is not compromising for us also. At the same time, they also don't feel bad. Okay, we should not try to be in that what to say position that they will feel bad. Okay, so we can communicate them before only that this is what I am following, and they should be aware, and then accordingly they can make the preparations whatever is there. That's all.
thank you.
Yes.
Understood.
That there is one instance where Prabhupada actually went to a place with his disciples to honor Prasad, and they had cooked with onion and garlic actually. And devotees, while they were eating, they told Prabhupada they have put onion and garlic in this. So Prabhupada told, yes, just uh, now you cannot do anything, now you have to eat. So Prabhupada also ate, they also ate. And after that, later they asked Prabhupada why we did not stop. They told, yeah, you should have communicated them before only that you should not put onion garlic. We follow this and these principles, and if you have not communicated, it is your mistake, like that. So we should be doing like that. Okay.
Thank you, please.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.